What's happening, everybody? It's KnifeLife777 coming to you today with another knife. Today we have a new release from Spyderco, or should I say a exclusive from Spyderco, a Blade HQ exclusive. The Manix 2 XL in M4 steel and Jade G10, which is typical Blade HQ color scheme, as you have seen in a lot of other exclusive releases. These are one of my favorite variations of Spyderco knives. I do love M4 steel. It is pretty much my favorite steel, and I love it. I also love Jade G10, so naturally I was leaning towards grabbing this. And also, before this came out, I was highly considering getting the blacked out S30V Manix 2 XL, and I was really very close to buying it. And when I saw this was coming, I decided to wait, and at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time this last Friday, I logged on the Blade HQ and I grabbed it. And I should have gotten the satin version as well, but it is what it is. At least I got one of them, and I prefer the DLC coated. I like the black coated blade in this M4. So I'm gonna show you guys what comes in here. Typical Spyderco box. It comes in the plastic, and the rust, the steels that have rust issues, potential rust issues, come with these silica packs. This is the pocket clip that came on the knife. Of course, I changed it immediately. I'm not a huge fan of non-deep carry pocket clips. That's just my personal opinion. This is Spyderco's high carbon card explaining high carbon steel and its rust issues and blah 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 blah, and how to protect it from exposure. We also have limited edition and warranty info and info about the Manix 2 XL. So I'm going to show you guys what I like and what I don't like about this knife, and I'll just give you a hint. It's mostly like, first I'm going to give you some specs so that you guys know what we're working with here. This is the first time I've reviewed a Manix 2XL on this channel, so I'm going to go over the specs of the knife. We have an overall length of 8.94 inches, a blade length of 3.875 inches. We have a cutting edge of 3.36 inches, blade thickness of 0.13 inches. We have a CPM M4 blade with drop point flat grind and a plain edge with the black finish. We have a handle length of 5.10 inches, which is Jade green G10 with some grippiness. The liners are stainless steel. We have a weight of 5.2 ounces. Right hand and left hand tip up carry only. And we have the Spyderco ball bearing lock, which is similar to the Axis lock from Benchmade. And that is about it. Made in USA, Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. So, we are going to do some size comparisons just to give you an idea of what's going on. This is the Benchmade 980 turret, which has very, very similar cutting edge length and blade length. Very similar. Handles are very close as well. We have the Gerber 06 Auto, which is also similar in size and cutting edge and handle length. If you count the glass breaker slash noggin tapper on the end of the 06, about the same size. Here we have the Spyderco Shaman of the same color scheme. The Manix 2XL being a bit longer in blade and handle. We have another M4 steel knife, the Benchmade 560-1 Freak, aka Super Freak, one of my favorite knives. The Manix 2XL being a little bit bigger than the Super Freak. I guess we'll just do the Spidey Chef. Absolutely dwarfing the Spidey Chef, although the cutting edge is very similar. And the Para 3 lightweight, which of course is no size comparison. Cutting edge length. Alright, so Manix 2XL and M4 steel. Like I said, I love M4 steel. Just to start out with, that is one of my favorite things about this. Now, the list of things that I like totally outweighs what I don't like and far supersedes it in length. So we are going to start from the top from what I've written. Now, the first thing I noticed about this knife is the screws, because one of the first things I do when I get a new knife is, if it doesn't have a nice deep carry pocket clip, and I'll get to the color in a bit, why the color doesn't match, but the first thing I do is put a deep carry pocket clip on, because I like my deep carry pocket clips. I like the knives to be down in my pocket. I don't really like them sticking out. for certain reasons. Not that I care what people think, but just you know, things in life, you know, it's not always good to have a knife sticking out of your pocket. You know, things that are go on in my life. So we'll just leave it at that. Nothing bad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the screws. First thing I noticed was the pocket clip screws are T8. And they're the big, open, you know, T8 screws. Usually these are what aftermarket screws look like. And these are a first that I've seen on a Spyderco. You know, maybe that's just my lack of attention, or maybe you know, this is just how it is for the Manix 2XL. I'm not sure, but awesome. T8 screws for pocket clip. I hate the T6s. They strip all the time. These screws are nice, and they were very easy to take out. And also the scale screws are T8, and I believe the pivot is a T10, if I'm not mistaken, which is awesome. I don't like T6. I know a lot of people don't like T6. Yes, it's T10. And that was the first thing I noticed on this knife. Now, second thing I like about it is the blade. I love the blade size. I am a bigger dude. I have big hands, and I like bigger knives, plain and simple. M4 steel, of course. I've already said that. I like the shape of the blade. I like Spyderco's leaf-shaped blades, flat ground blades. Just very appealing to me. So that is what I love about the blade. Another thing, G10. The G10, I love this color G10. I love this type of G10. This is grippy. It's I don't know if it would be called peel ply, but we'll get to that. I don't know if you can see, but it's grippy. It's not super grippy. It's mildly grippy. More of a grip on the pull back towards the back of the knife than pushing forward that I noticed. Maybe that's just how I'm feeling it, but yeah, I would say if you've ever held an Emerson Emerson G10, it's very similar to that. I'd say just a tad bit milder than that, but very similar. So grippy, but not too grippy. Now, next, ergonomics. Excellent. I have big hands. This knife fits my hand perfectly. And these guards, these cutouts here are great. If you stab into something, they're great so that your hand does not slide up onto the blade. And also, if you're pulling back out, it also gives an area to grip back and hold the knife as you're pulling out. So, ergonomics, excellent, especially for people with bigger hands. And the finger grooves are done very well. Done very well. My fingers do not rest on this right here, and it just fits perfectly between my pointer finger and my middle finger. So excellent. Next is jimping. Now this knife is excellent for jimping. I know the Manix, the regular size Manix 2 also has jimping like this. I don't know if it's the exact same, but I have had a regular Manix. But the jimping on this is extremely efficient and extremely what's the word? Effective. Yes. We have jimping here on the blade and also underneath here in this choil area. And then we also have jimping on the liners in the choil area. And then on the back, on the spine, we have jimping here, and also underneath as well, we have it right here, and it makes an awesome grip. Even the one on the spine, it's very grippy. Your hand's not going anywhere, and of course, Spyderco's jimping on their blades is usually very grippy. Think of like the PM2. I have a PM or Para 3 here, and yeah, very similar. And also in the reverse grip. Now, they don't have jimping here, which would be great for a reverse grip like this. But, I mean, you could rest your thumb on like that. I mean, it's not terrible, but it would be better if it had some back here. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Okay, so jimping, excellent. The liners. Next. The liners are very, very milled out. As you can see, I'm sure you've already seen. You see right through the G10. Excellent, excellent job. I'm sure that drops a significant amount of weight. It does well, although this knife does weigh 5.3-ish ounces. That may be a lot for some people, but for the size of the knife, I think it's actually a pretty fair weight. So, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels fairly light, actually. And the weight is evenly dispersed across the knife. So, it feels much lighter. And also the last thing I like is the ball bearing lock system. It is pretty smooth. That's what I like about it. And of course the thumb hole. So I did loosen the pivot just a tiny bit when I got it, and it helps smooth the action out, and I put some lube in there. I put a little bit of KPL knife pivot lube. So those are the things I love about this knife. Now we're going to get to the short list of dislikes that I have, and some of them are my personal preferences. First off, right off the bat, the pocket clip. I don't like the pocket clip it comes with. I know a lot of people like this spoon clip, but I just, it's just not my thing. And not only the pocket clip, but the pocket clip placement on this thing. I mean, look at that. It leaves so much of that knife sticking out of your pocket, and then when you put a deep carry clip on, it covers up the lanyard hole. I think that the pocket clip placement could have been done a little bit better, put a little bit more thought into it. Maybe I'm missing something, I don't know, but I mean, the lanyard hole could be over here a little more, like right here, and the pocket clip could be over here a little more, and then maybe slanted in like this. But that's just my opinion. I just thought it was worth noting. And another thing, which is just my personal preference, the ball bearing lock, in my opinion, and I don't know if it's just me, but it's placed at a weird angle. When you have, say, a Benchmade with an axis lock, it's basically straight back. And I don't know if it's just because I'm used to the Benchmade axis lock being, straight, basically horizontal. But on the Manix, it's kind of at an angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of angles like this way instead of this way. And when I'm, I find it a little bit hard sometimes to pull it back while maintaining an effective grip on the knife to deploy the blade back immediately. So, you know, closing the blade and then redeploying the blade. I know it looks like it's easy here. I've been doing it for a while to try to get used to it, but sometimes it feels like I have to reposition my hand to pull the blade back. So that's just my personal preference, but I feel maybe you know, you have to pull more up towards the back of the knife instead of, or to the, you know, yeah, the back side or the top side of the knife, instead of pulling towards the back of the knife, where I could put my hand on the back and put pressure towards it. So instead I gotta, you know, it's just awkward to me. So, but nothing a little bit more practice and getting used to won't fix. So another thing, I ordered some scales for this. I ordered some titanium scales, and I thought it would go good with the DLC coated M4 blade, even though I do like these Jade scales, but I just want to see what titanium look like. But then, drum roll, I found another more awesome pair of scales. These are from Caveman Scales, and they basically delete the liners from the knife and give it a whole new shape. So this, you know, this big knob up here will be deleted basically, and it'll give it a straighter handle shape. And it also comes with black screws and a black backspacer, and these are made out of aluminum and are Duracoated or Cerakoted or whatever it is. So I'm gonna give these a try as well. I think I'm gonna like these a lot more, but I will when I switch the scales out, I'll maybe do an update video and show you guys what it looks like. And that is why I got this colored pocket clip, because it was going to match with the titanium scales. So but yeah, so guys, I hope you like this video. This is the Spyderco Manix 2 XL in the black M4 coated blade HQ limited or exclusive, whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you like this video. I am going to actually, I'm going to leave a link in the description for the Blade HQ link to this. I don't know if they're going to be coming out with any more, but just in case they do, you can check it out and maybe set it up so they email you when more comes out. I know they're selling these on the secondary market. I've been seeing them go from anywhere from $220 to maybe $350. So check eBay or whatever if you really want one and haven't had the chance to get one. So yeah, this is Knife Life 777. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and I will be seeing you guys soon. I got a bunch of knives in, as you can see here, and I got my 50 cal knife holder, and I got a bunch of knives coming. So I got a lot of new content to be made for you guys. So keep posted, and I will be dropping more videos very soon. So thank you guys. I will see you guys later.